Okay, today we're going to learn about geometry progression, right? So geometry progression is different from arithmetic progression, right? Arithmetic progression is if first term is 2, we plus 3, then it become 5, and then plus 3 again become 8, and so on. But geometry progression is multiplication, right, of the previous term. So it's 2, then you times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 become 8, and so on. Okay, let's see what is geometric progression. So geometric progression is a sequence of number where each term is obtained by multiplying a constant with the previous term, in which the difference between any terms and the intermediate term before is a constant. So the constant is called common ratio. So what I said just now is, okay, for example, so if the first term is 2, for example, so we multiply 3, okay, so you multiply 3, so it becomes 6. Then you multiply 3 again, right? So it becomes 18, right? Okay, so this 3 is called common ratio, right? So the GP is obtained, GP is where the previous term is multiplied with a constant. Therefore, in this example is 3, right? So 2 times 3 becomes 6, 6 times 3 become 18. And if you times 3 again, it become 54 and so on, right? And so on. So it form a geometric progression, right? That is 2, 6, 18, 54 and so on. All right, so let's see next. Okay, the knot is right. So A is the first term, AR2 is the second term, AR is second term, AR2 is the third term, and AR3 is the fourth term, and ARn minus 1 is the n term, right? So this is Tn, right? This is T4, right? This is T3, so T2, T1, okay. T1 term 1, okay, term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4, and Tn, okay. So where A is T1 is the first term and R is the common ratio, right? So let me erase this. Erase the pen, okay. So A is a T1, is the first term, and R is a common ratio. Okay, so to find R, we take usually we'll take second term divided by first term. Easy to remember, or third term divided by second term, right? Or R is Tn over Tn minus 1, where Tn is n term, Tn minus 1 is the n minus 1 term. Okay, so let's see example 1. Right? The step to prove whether a given number sequence is an arithmetic progression or geometry progression, right? So here is geometry progression. So determine whether a sequence is a geometry progression or not. Right, let's see. 4, negative 12, 36. So the first, we find the ratio, okay? What is the constant here? We multiply what constant become negative 12. So T1 is 4, T2 is negative 12, and T3 is 36. All right, so R1, okay, is negative 12 divided by 4. So you get negative 3. And then R2 is 36 divided by negative 12, also negative 3. So you have a constant here. So constant means is same value. R1 has 3, R2 is also negative 3. Then therefore R1 equals to R2 equals to negative 3. Then it will prove, hence is a geometric progression. All right, so at least have to prove two ratio, right, to ensure this is it has a this sequence has a common ratio or a constant. All right, so this is geometric progression. This is how you prove a sequence is a geometric progression. So find R1, at least two lah, R1 and R2. So if they're given a fourth term here, then you have to find R1, R2, R3. Right? And then R1, R2, R3 has the same constant, then we say that the progression is or the sequence is a geometric progression. Okay, let's see the second example. 0.02, 0.04, and 0.006. Right, so find R1, okay, T1, T2, T3. So R1 is 0.4, 0.004, sorry, divided by 0.02 and equals to 0.2. Then R2 is 0.006 divided by 0.004. You'll get 0.15. So you can see here R1 not equals to R2. So therefore, it is not a geometric progression. Right? So you can see the difference here. Right? If the R1, R2 is the same, then it's a geometric progression. If R1, R2 is not the same, then it is not a geometric progression. Right? So some of the question will give you the first three term has the same constant, right? But the fourth term and the third and the fourth is different. So if you can find one of the ratio is not a constant, right? Not the same, then it is not a geometric progression, right? So let's see C. So y square, right? Again, y square is T1, T2 is T2y4 to the power of 4, and T3 is 8y to the power of 6. All right. So R1 equals to 2y to the power of 4 divided by y square. So you divide, all right, this one. Okay. Right. What's wrong? Okay, so you divide, okay, this one divide. So you get 2, all right? So 2y square, then 8y, the R2, the ratio number 2 is 8y to the power 6 divided by 2y to the power 4. So you divide, okay. So you get y square. And then 8 divided by 2, you get 4. So you can see here R1 not equals to R2. So therefore, it is not a geometric progression also. All right, so let's see D. Okay, log y to the power 4, and then log x, log x to the power 4, and log x to the power 16. So we want to find the ratio between term 1, term 2, and term 3. Okay, so again, term 1, term 2, term 3. So the ratio is term 2 divided by term 1, second term divided by first term, and third term divided by second term, right? Not the first divided by second, huh? Or second divided by third. So it's this is second divided by first, and third divided by second, and also fourth divided by third. Okay, so R1 is log x to the power 4 over log x. So 4 you bring to the front, become 4 log x over log x. So you cancel out. Okay, you get 4, all right? Then R2, you get log x to the power 16 over log x to the power 4. So equals to 16 log x over 4 log x. Okay, so you bring this to the front. Huh? Okay, so this is power rule. Huh? So you cancel out the log x, so you get 4. Huh? 16 by 4 is 4. Therefore, you can say that this progression or this sequence is a geometric progression. Right? Because R1 equals to R2 equals to 4. Right? So they has the same constant. So we call it common ratio. So and it is a geometric progression. So I hope that example 1 with 4 examples here, you know how to determine whether a sequence is a geometric progression or not, right? By finding the ratio between term 2 and term 1, and then term 3 and term 2, right? If it is the two ratio has the same constant, same value, then it is a geometric progression. Okay, let's see example 2. The term of a geometric progression, right? Example 2, find the nth term of each of the following geometric progression. So the ninth term, right? So I want to find T9 actually, here T9. So the first thing, like AP also, like arithmetic progression, you need to find what is the first term and the common difference for AP, but here is common ratio. So the first term is -8. So write down A equal to -8. Then R is 4 divided by -8. Therefore, you get -1/2. So remember, if the question said that this is a geometric progression, so you no need to find another ratio that is -2 divided by 4. You also, because it's already stated is geometric progression, therefore the common ratio must be the same, right? So R equals to 4 over -8 equals to -1/2. This is our common ratio. This is our first term. So we apply to the formula here. Okay, what is A? A is -8. R is our common ratio. Then the formula is n minus 1, just like our AP. AP is A plus n minus 1 times D, right? This one is A times R to the power of n minus 1, right? So why like that? Because it's a geometry, right? You multiply, right? So multiply, you multiply R multiply by to the A. If AP is plus, therefore it's A plus n minus 1 times D. Okay, so we apply to the formula. So T9 equals to -8 times -12 to the power of -9 minus 1. Right? So this part, you can use your calculator. Right? So you get -1/32. Right? So in the exam, so this is very important part, and also substitution, and also this, the answer. All right? So the answer depends on your step. Right? Okay, let's see the B. We want to find the 12th term. So the first step, again, what is A? So A is 3n to the power of 3. Now we want to find R, right? So the main character for geometric progression is the first term and the common ratio, right? The main character. For AP is the first term and the common difference. All right, R is 6m to the power 3 over 3m to the power 3. Okay, if you're still wondering why like that, is term 2 divided by, okay, term 2, okay, divided by term 1. So remember that. Okay, so you get 6m power 3 over 3m to power 3. So m and m to power 3 and m to power 3 you can cancel. And then 6 divided by 3 is 2, right? So our A is 3m to power 3 and R is 2. So now we apply to the formula. So Tn equals ARn minus 1. So T12 equals to 3m power 3 times 2 to the power 12 minus 1. So, okay, so here calculator, you can use this part with calculator. So you get 2048 and then you multiply by 3. So you get 6144 times m to the power 3, right? So this is how you find 12th term for B and 9th term for A. Okay, example 3. Okay, given that x -3/2, 3/4 is a geometric progression. Find the value of x. Okay, so how to solve this? Right? So this you need to find what is the common ratio first, right? So we are doing backward later on. Okay, let's see. Okay, for 3/4 over -3/2. So if you don't know how to solve this, then mind just use your calculator. Right? You press 3/4, right? And then divide by -3/2. So you should get -half. Okay, so how to get x? So if we move forward, okay, here to here, we multiply, right? So if you want to find x, then we divide. Okay, so therefore is term 2 divided by the common ratio. So term 2 Okay, divide by the, this is R lah, huh? Okay, this is term 2. Okay, so you get 3, right? Negative 3 over 2 over half, negative half. So you get 3, right? So x is 3. Okay, after you get x, x is a, right? So you can find the add term, right? The add term is t add. So 3 is our a, okay? So you substitute in 3, and then our r is this one r, okay? Our r. So this one, you apply the formula, r is negative half, and then n is 8, so 8 minus 1. So you use your calculator again, okay? So if you use calculator straight away, you should get negative 3 over 1 to 8. All right, so this is how you find the first term and the eighth term. Okay, so if you want to find the previous term, you divide by the current term, right? Okay, so because actually uh, r, okay, r is term 2 divided by term 1. So I want to find term 1, therefore is term 2 divided by the r. So you get this, right? All right, so therefore you get this. So just remember, going forward, multiply, going backward, divide. Okay, so let me clear off. Okay, next. The sum of the three consecutive one after the eighth term. So the eighth term, just now, the eighth term is this, right? The eighth term is negative 3 over 1 to 8. Negative 3 over 1 to 8. So we want to find the three consecutive term. So we multiply by our r. R is negative half. So the first term you multiply by negative half. The second term you multiply by negative half square. The third term you multiply by negative half to the cube, right? Or you just use calculator, you press negative half again, you get the answer, right? So you should get the answer. This is the answer, right? 3 over 256 and negative 3 over 512 and 3 over 1024, right? This is your answer for the sum of three consecutive. Sorry, this is the three consecutive term, not the sum. So we have to add it, add the three terms together. All right, so sorry, read the question carefully. All right, don't do the mistake like what I've done just now. Okay, so the sum of three consecutive term of add term, after you find the three terms, you add up the three terms, right? Like this, using calculator. You list down and you use calculator to add up. You should get 21 over 1024. Right? So what I gave you here, the all examples, you must recheck my answer. Okay? Sometimes I may deliberately give you the wrong answer. Right? So to test whether you check the answer or not, or you understand or not, not only simply copy the whole thing. Right? Okay, this is example 3. Right. Example 4. The first term and the fourth term of GP are 648 and 3 respectively. Okay, the first term is 648 and the fourth term is 3 respectively. 3. So what is the common ratio? So don't worry, don't panic, just follow. Okay, so first term 648. Fourth term, write down T4 equals to 3. So apply to the formula here. Right? So just like AP, the first term is 648, you times R is, we don't know, but you know is power to 2, right? So you get this, right? Sorry, power of 3, right? So 648 times R to the power of 4 minus 1 equals to 3. So you get R to the power of 3 equals to 3 over 648. So 648, how to get this? 648, you bring to the other side by divide, right? Divide by 648. Right side divide by 648, left side also 648, right? So you get this 3 over 648. So you get 1 over 216. And then you find R by using calculator, right? Cube root of 1 over 216, right? So this one you use calculator, you just shift x to the power 3, right? So you use formula, you use calculator, you just press, okay, again, okay, you just press a calculator, okay, shift, okay, x to the power 3 by using your calculator, shift, there's button shift there, right? You call 3 and then type 1 over 216. So you should get the answer 1 over 6. Okay, after you have our A and our R, then we can find the sixth term and also the K term, right? So sixth term, right? So sixth term will be T6 equal to 2648 times 1 over 6 to the power 6 minus 1. Just use your calculator. After you list down, just write down, okay, substitute the value. Just use your calculator. You should get 1 over 12, right? T6 is 1 over 12. Okay, so this part you can use calculator, but this C we cannot use calculator because it's in K term, right? So don't worry, we use apply to the formula. So TK equals to 648 to the power times 1 over 6 to the power K minus 1, right? So we simplify, right? So how to get 63888, right? So you divide, right? 648 divided by negative, divided by 1 over 6. So it's 6. Actually, it's 648 times 6. So you get 38888 times 1 over 6 to power k. If you don't know how to continue, just write like this. You will get marks, right? Okay, at least 1 mark. Okay, this is how you solve common ratio, sixth term, certain term, and the k term. Right? So hopefully you understand. Okay, the fifth example, second and fifth term is GP is 18 and 486 respectively. Okay, so when you have not given a first term, but given a second term and fifth term, then you will be asked to find first term and common ratio. So this is a very straightforward question, right? So what you do, you list down. T12 is 18. So 18 is A times R, right? Second term is A times R. You put A here, R, 2 minus 1, you get R. So AR is equal to 18. So just remember, if this is 2, then the power is 1. Okay? So then you see, fifth term. Okay, fifth term. So it's AR to the power of 4 equals to 4x6. So if you remember AP, we want to find the first term and the common difference, we always not multiply, we always minus or substitute. Okay, for GP, we always divide. Okay, so divide 1 and 2, divide. It's easier. So 1 and 2 divide, that means we 2 divide by 1. You see which one is the biggest value. Okay, like this is R to the power 4, this one's R. So is R to the power 4 divided by R, easier, okay? If we don't want fraction, remember. So you get this AR to the power 4 divided by AR, then 4x6 divided by 18. So you use your calculator, this part, and this part, you just cancel like this, A and then R, you cancel out, you get here is 3. So you get R to the power 3 equals to 27. Then what is R? So R is 3, right? So if you know 3 to the power 3 is 27, then you know what is R. R is 3. So if you use calculator, just press shift x to the power 3, 27 equal, then you get the answer 3. So now we already have our 3, then we have to substitute into first or second equation. So just substitute in the first equation. A times 3 equals to 18. Then you get A equals to 6. So this is how you find the first term and the common ratio. So let's continue. How to find the add term? Okay, now I have my A is 6, R is 3. I have no problem to get add term. So just substitute into the formula again. So T, just press T6 and T8 equals to 6 times 3 to the power 8 minus 1. So this part, just use your calculator. So you get 13122. Okay? So this is how you cut the 8th term. So let's see. Any more? Okay. Now it's more challenging. What is the first term that exceeds 30,000? All right. In case, okay, in case you forgot about this formula, what you do is, you know the first term, the 8th term, right? So you just multiply from 6 times 3, you multiply times 3, so you count, you list it down until you get to 30,000. That means your paper will be full. Huh? So if you use formula, okay, it will be TK equals to 30,000. So K is your which term? The first term. First term is not the first term that we get 6. Because our first term is 6, impossible is more than 30,000. The first term here is mean which T term K that is bigger than exceed in 30,000. So just apply the formula. We put in what is A, what is R, like this. 6 times R to the power K minus 1 bigger than 30,000. So 30,000 divided by 6. So you get 5,000, right? So 5,000 you use log, right? Log both sides. Okay. All right. So here K, here is N. Sorry for that. So I just do a okay, this N, this K, N become, right? So to avoid confusion, right? So is Tn equals to bigger, larger than 30,000. Okay, so you apply log here, then bring the power to the front. Okay, so you get n minus 1 log 3 greater than the log 5,000. So, and then n minus 1 bigger than log 5,000 divided by log 3. So you use your calculator for this part. So you should get 7.753. Okay, 7.753. So n is bigger than 8.753. So what is the term? Term usually in round number or integer. So n bigger than 8.753, therefore n should be the 9th term, right? So this is quite challenging, right? So this is how you find the term, the first term that is greater than 30,000. This is how to do, right? So let's continue. Now, the number of terms in a geometry progression. Okay, you can find the number of terms in geometry progression if you know the last term. So usually they will give you the last term to find the number of terms for the progression or the sequence that listed. Right? So let's see this. Okay. So we still apply using the formula. Right? Tn equals A times R n minus 1. So find the number of terms. Okay. So here they list down the sequence from 7, 21, 63, and the last term is 15309. Okay, so we apply the formula, but before that, we need to find what is A, as usual, what is A, what is R. So what is A? Okay, A is 7, R is 21 over 7, you get 3, right? A is 3, A is 7, R is 3. Then you apply into the formula Tn equals to 15309. So you just put in 7 times 3 to the power n minus 1 equals to 15309. And then you divide 15309 with 7. So you get 2187. Okay, so here you can either use log or use index to solve. Okay, so you just, if you don't know to use index, you just use log. So as usual, log 3 n minus 1, log 2187. Then you get n minus 1 log 3 equals to log 2187. Okay, then n minus 1 equals to log 2187 over log 3, right? So you use your calculator for this part. So you get n minus 1 equals to 7. So n equals to 8. So the number of term is 8. The 8th term. The 8th term will be 15309. So 7 until 15309, there are 8 term. Okay, number 2. Right, number 2, we want to find the 6th term. Okay, the 6th term of progression. So we know what is A, what is R, then easy. 6th term. Or you just multiply here. Multiply by 3, multiply by 3, multiply by 3, or multiply by 27, you get the answer. So if you use your calculator, just put in like this. Okay, so sorry for the bracket here. Okay, so you get 1701. So you can check 63 times 27, is it 17701? All right. So you know the other way is to find the 6th term is just multiply here. Okay, so 63. Right. You just multiply here 3. And then my times 3 again times 3. 3 times. Okay, so you get the 6th term. So you should get 1701. This is other way lah. Okay, now the same question, but now B is 3 over 256 and 3 over 128 and 3 over 64. And the last term is 6. So how many terms are there in this sequence? So as usual, what is A first? A is 3 over 256. What is R? So R is the second term divided by first term. You get 2, right? So just use your calculator, right? So second term divided by the first term. So you get R equal to 2. Then we apply into the formula. Tn equals to 6. So substitute 3 over 256 times 2n minus 1 equals to 6. And then, okay, this one, all right? Then you cross multiplication, then 6 times 256 divided by 3. Okay, you get 6512. All right, so 592, you use index, all right? So 2 to the power of 9. So n minus 1 equals to, okay, so remember, if the base is the same, then the power must be the same. So meaning the power here is n minus 1 must be equal to 9. So n minus 1 equal to 9, so n is 10. So there are how many terms here? Okay, sorry. So there are 10 terms here, right? The next question, we want to find the 6th term. So just apply the formula. So remember our A is 3 over 256 and our R is 2. So you need to find what is R here. So you just substitute in. Okay, Tn equals to ARN minus 1. All right, so just substitute the value again. You should get the 6th term is 3 over 8. Right, 6th term. Or here you just multiply how many times? Okay, from here you just multiply 8. So you see 8, 64 divided by 8 is 8, right? So therefore 3 over 8. Okay, so confirm this is correct. All right, so this is example 6. Okay, so let's stop here for a while, okay? And then we continue later on, all right? So